Hi, I'm Jenna, also known as RetroLemon, and this is episode 90. um, the title of this episode will pretty much say it all. The title of this episode is Saved by Viewers, because the podcast essentially was. I never imagined when I put it out there that, when my camera goes, the show goes, because I just have no other way to record it. I tried everything I can think of, because I do have a webcam, I don't have a laptop, so it's an actual computer that I can't move around the house. It's in, like, the corner of the living room that's very dark. The lighting totally sucks, and we tested it out, and we tried to get more lighting, and it just wouldn't work. So when I put it out there that, there always has been a donation button on the website, RetroLemonStudio.com, I never imagined I would have gotten the response that I did. I thought, well, okay, maybe, by the end of the year, I'll have half the money in donations, and, I get very little Christmas money, but I do get a little. My family and my in-laws, they're just gift givers. They're not, some people are just now starting to get into the gift card thing, but I'm like, okay, well, if I could maybe raise half and get, like a quarter of it with my Christmas money, and I can save up to get that last little bit, and hopefully we won't have to totally wait till the spring. Within a little over 2 days after I put out episode 89, you guys went above and beyond anything I could have ever expected. The money seemed to be raised in no time, and it actually, I had started a post in the group on Ravelry thanking people who donated, because I know some people don't want to be publicly recognized. They would rather just donate and stay anonymous. Then some people, I didn't know your Rav ID because it comes through PayPal, so I just see the email address that the PayPal account's tied into, and sometimes a name. So some people, there just wasn't a way to thank them without going through and hunting them down, and so I started a thread, and I tried to keep the thread updated, how far we gotten. I was totally floored when we got a quarter of the way there, and then a third of the way there, and then half the way there, and I really tried to keep people updated, and I totally was prepared, because I thought, okay, if, I was kind of keeping a running tally, if people were going to donate money for the camera, I would cover the Ravelry fees, because even donations, not Ravelry fees, PayPal fees, because PayPal takes a percentage. I'm like, okay, I can cover the Ravelry fees. I don't want to ask people for any more money than what's needed. And then a few donations came in afterwards, and you guys raised enough money to buy the camera, cover the fees, and cover the cost of the memory card, because the camera I got has no internal memory, and I was totally going to cover the cost of the memory card as well. I'm really almost at a lot of loss of words, except to say thank you. Thank you, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, from every fiber of my being. Thank you. Because I know knitters are generous people, and I know when there is a cause, people come out and they donate and go up and over, and for people to donate as much as they did, and as many people that did, for something that it didn't go to charity, it didn't go to, a cancer organization or something like that, just because you wanted me to keep the show going, floored me. I knew knitters are generous. There were no doubts that I thought some people would donate, because I just know there are some people out there always willing to help. What I didn't expect was just so much so soon. I just, you know, guess I was, unfortunately, maybe for lack of better words at the moment, underestimating what I thought would happen. I didn't expect it, and I cannot tell you how thankful and grateful I am, and just, like I said, almost at a loss of words. And I wish I could give each and every person, like, the biggest hug ever, and then it was so sweet, because there were people that were like, I went to donate, but then I saw the thread and you had enough, and yeah, you totally don't need to donate. Like, 'cause the donate button's always there, and every penny ever sent through the donate button has stayed with the podcast. It covered the camera, and like I said, the fees and the memory card, so the camera will work. And you know, then there was just very little left over, because as I said, I did get a few donations in after the camera was covered, and that will be reserved for shipping and anything else related with prizes and anything towards the podcast. Every single cent stays with the podcast. There's absolutely no personal gain here whatsoever, and I just want to thank you. So, I told my husband, because I was talking with this, and I'm like, I feel like the people should know where their money went. And I had posted a picture on Instagram and a picture of Plurk of the box the camera came in, because I actually intercepted the package at the post office, because I have the world's crappiest mailman. I'm very vocal about it, especially to the postmaster. And I am now having all of my packages routed to my P.O. box. Every single package now goes to the P.O. box. Because it's gotten worse. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you, in case if you, because I know not all viewers are on Ravelry, especially not Instagram or Plurk. But this is the camera. And you want to know the best thing is I can see myself. So, I got something I thought would be more reliable, better quality. I really wanted to be able to see myself, because I'm totally jealous of all those people out there that can see themselves. And yet, I didn't buy something that I wouldn't have been willing to buy with my own money. Like, I was not going to go and be like, yeah, I need money for a camera, and like, buy a $400 or $500 camera. Totally not happen. Was not overly expensive by all means. I got it on Amazon. And then the really, really awesome thing is I eat lean cuisine meals. It's no secret, especially the salad edition things. Well, I don't know that many people pay attention. Inside the lean cuisine boxes are a red code printed. There's a website on the back of the box you go to, and you enter those codes, and you can earn prizes. Like, it's like a reward club type thing. Well, they just added, like, a week ago probably. I think I was on a week ago and they hadn't added it yet. You could use points towards a Amazon gift card. I had enough reward points that I cashed it in, and I got a $15 Amazon gift card that I did add to the fund towards the camera, which helped, of course. I probably wouldn't have needed it, but I still did use it because I still just felt it was the right thing to do. And I was like so excited when I saw that had popped up. It said coming soon for the longest time. And then the memory card is in the camera, but I got a memory card and the camera. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Seriously, I honestly can't say it enough. And I wish there was something I could do in return. But I guess the best thing to do in return is to record the show. So that is what I'm going to do. So that is it. Like I said, I just felt the need to show people where their money went. That's why I had to post it on Instagram and Plurk and keep people informed, and because I don't want anybody for 1 minute to feel like they shouldn't have donated. So, just trying to be accountable to all of you, because all of you who donated, and even, like I said, there were people who messaged me saying they were going to donate, but then so I didn't need any more, but still wanted to let me know that, you know, they would have, and I so appreciate it. So to everybody out there who would have, who did, and, you know, even to the people out there who just was like, oh, I just can't do it right now, but I wish you the best, because I did get some messages like that as well. Thank you. Because it all means something. All the viewers who tune in every week to keep me recording, because if nobody tuned in, I wouldn't do it. Just thank you. So, okay, on with the show. Okay, well, we had a knit-along finish up. So I'm going to draw the prize for that. And the prize for that is a pattern, I believe up to $7. Okay, I'm going to have to check that real quick. I'm sorry, I just drew a total blank. But the pattern is being donated by a viewer. So what I'm going to have you do is, as soon as I find the message on here, with the amount of the pattern, I'm thinking it's a $7 pattern. It's at least $6, but I'm thinking it's $7. And I'm so sorry. I was trying to be all prepared. Crap. Anyways, I'm gonna say a $7 pattern, and if I'm wrong, I will pay for it. Or cover the rest. It's not a big deal. I don't think. Let me check one last time. I just don't want to say the wrong thing. I really, really don't. Anyways, so what you'll do is you'll go and you'll message me the pattern you want, and then I will let the viewer know, because she didn't say if she wanted message. Most viewers are. It's just the truth of it. Anyways, you message me the pattern, and then I will let her know your Rav name and the pattern, and then she can gift it to you. But she didn't say if she wanted mentioned or not. And, you know, I always try to respect that some people want to stay anonymous. So, there were, where's my random number thing? Right here. There were 9 entries, so 2 through 9, or 10, sorry. 2 through 10, 9 entries, because the first post was mine. Alright, I'm going to hit number, generate. And the winner is number 8. And I can see that on the camera. Yay. That's so awesome that I can make sure now that you see what I see, that you see what I see, or I see what you see. Anyways. Number 8. Who are you? Number 8 is Ray Rianne, and she made very cute little interlock booties. Oh, look at that. So, yay! You won the pattern. So, like I said, let me know, up to $7. I would guarantee it's $7. I really, because I thought that was, oh, that you could get a sweater. Because sweaters seem to go for $7 these days. Like I said, just let me know the pattern. I will then PM her your Ravelry name and the pattern, and she can gift it to you. So the other knit along that ends tomorrow night at midnight is the Adopt a Blob, or it can be a ghost. Ooh. A knit along. So this one I made out of Knit Picks Wool of the Andes in white, because I am learning I have a lack of white yarn. Like, I don't buy white yarn unless if I have a specific reason. And I must have had something I needed white for. And the prize for this came in the mail. Actually, I felt really bad because the prize came like a week or so ago. I picked it up over the weekend. It had been sent out a week previous to that. And she didn't tell me it was coming, so I didn't check the P.O. box. Because I'm really bad about checking the P.O. box, but I won't be anymore because now everything's going to the P.O. box. More trips to the post office. Anyways, the very generous Jenna of 716 Knit sent a skein of her 716 Boss. It is 100% superwash merino, 225 yards of a DK weight, and this is Miss Kitty Fantastico. So you have this spotch of black and then it's splattered with all these really, really fun bright colors. And I think it would make a really cute blob or some very cute toy. It's very squishable. It's so soft. I really like her Boss base. I did make a blob out of this in the If the Apocalypse Comes Beep Me colorway. So this is so pretty. My daughter was like, I'm like, yeah, I know. Because her colorways are always so much fun. And then there is, as always, a very cute little stitch marker attached. So a huge thank you to Jenna of 716 Knits for donating the prize. I'll show you because she's at Big Cartel now, so it's 716knit.bigcartel.com. So show you the business card. Check her out. She's fabulous. And speaking of things that end tomorrow night at midnight, I think one of my kids ran off with Stanley, but Sophie's here. And it is your last chance to get Stanley and Sophie for $5. November 1st, they go up to $6. The same as all the other toy patterns of mine anyways. So get them on sale while you can. And then knit-alongs coming up. So I've decided for November, we're not going to do another technique because I know I have way too much these next couple months to knit. November is going to be knit all the gifts for me. So I've got to bust out as many Christmas gifts as I can because it was posted yesterday or today, I can't remember which morning I read it. They're all kind of running together. That the 2013 Advent Calendar scarf is going to happen for sure. So I have already got my yarn from Highland Handmaids, and I'm ready. I am like, let's go. So my December will be pretty filled with the Advent scarf. And I'm thinking in January. I know, January already, right? But when you think about it, it's only 2 months away. And I kind of want to give you a heads up because if you're interested, I really need to hear from you about this. I want to do a sweater knit along. And not just any sweater. I want to do Sprig by Alana Dacos, who is also of Never Not Knitting. She has an audio podcast and a blog, and she is the author behind Coastal Knits and Botanical Knits, and this is Sprig. Let's see if I can get the camera. I love this sweater. So it has this really unique detail where it comes down and it gets wider as it goes across and has this leaf motif. And like I said, you can kind of see it through here. And I did buy this because I sold a couple patterns after the camera was paid for, and I'm like, you know, I have not bought myself a pattern in so long. And there's not really a whole lot that really, alright, there's a lot of sweaters I really want to knit, but this was like, OMG, you need to knit me now. So here's what it looks like. Let's see, that should work. I'm trying not to get a glare. And I am absolutely in love with it. I love the color. I love the style. I am just really, really super, super excited about this pattern. Now, it's on sale now. It has all these fun little details. It's on sale now at Ravelry. Now, I believe it did say that it's going to be available for a limited time. Now, the pattern is $6, but the thing is, and she explains it, is it in the bottom of the thing? She explains it on the Ravelry pattern page about how your confirmation number for your payment is a $6 off coupon for the book Botanical Knits 2, which I totally, since I've even heard about it, is like on my want list. So I'm hoping when it comes up for pre-order, I will have the funds to pre-order it, and I already have the $6 off code. So that's what I want to do for January. I would love to knit the sprig as a knit along. So I want to know what you think. Would you be willing to knit along with me? Because I'm thinking I would love to knit it now. Like, I would cast it on tomorrow. I don't have time. And it's short notice for you guys, so you don't have time. So for November, for the knit along, did I mention this? I don't know. I feel like I have so much going on in my head. We're going to do Breakaway, which is the cowl I designed and released earlier in the month. Yeah. Like, did I release it in October? I did. I don't think it was the end of September. It's been a rough couple weeks, people. Anyway, so I want to do Breakaway because I want to knit some as gifts, and I know other people were talking about knitting some as gifts. So we're going to do the Breakaway knit along in November. We're going to have no knit along in December because I just don't have time to do anything but the Advent scarf and maybe a few little things here and there. And then January, I'm thinking the sprig. Can you see it? So I want to know if anybody else is interested. And then a thing about the sprig. Okay, this is on the pattern page on Ravelry. It says it calls for a DK weight. But the yarn she used for the sample is a worsted weight. And the yarn she recommended for an alternate yarn is a worsted weight. So I PM'd her on Ravelry, and she said, I said, well, which one's correct? Which one, you know, if someone was going to order yarn, which one would you order? And she's like, well, that's a tough question. She goes, I would go and try to find a yarn that gives you a gauge or has a recommended gauge as the pattern. For me as a knitter, I'm like, it doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to help me so much. So I actually have yarn from a sweater that I frogged that I'm going to use. And it is the recommended yarn, the alternate yarn, which is Cascade 220. So I'm going to use that for mine because I have it. I don't need to buy new. And it is in like pretty much the identical color of the sweater that is the sample. It's about the same shade of green. So, like I said, let me know because I really want to knit it. So I think I'm going to knit it in January regardless. I just want to know if you want to knit along with me. Okay, that's enough about knit alongs. I feel like I've been talking forever. So, I do have a finished object this week. I finished my pear socks. So it is Dancing Dog Dye Works in the twist sock. And it is called Pears in My Kitchen. And of course my stripes have to match up because I'm one of those knitters. So I love it. So it is Teal-tastic, pumpkin orange, and chili verde green. And it is on the twist luxe base. So it is a merino cashmere nylon blend. And I just used an afterthought heel pattern. And I love them. They're so soft, and I'm like, the green matches my shirt. And I just, oh, they make me so happy. So, one thing done. And that's the only, like, finished object. Because let me grab it here. I finished the second sleeve to my traveling sweater. So the knitting for the traveling sweater is done. Now comes the joy of all the blocking and all the seaming. So, where's it? So yep, see both sleeves. See, they go. One goes this way. Both sleeves They're really long too, because it's not just the sleeves, it's also the back of the sweater. Luckily, the designer did a blog post on how to put it together. I am still nervous as all get out about seaming it, because I've never seamed a sweater. Any sweater I have ever knit has always been like a seamless one. It's always been like a bottom up where you knit the sleeves to a certain point and then you just join it around, or it's been a top down where you just break away for the sleeves and then knit them. So anything with seaming I've kind of avoided, kind of on purpose, because seaming intimidates me. But you know, I haven't come this far to chicken out, right? And then the round part, it's huge. I'm like, ugh. But I did it. I knit it all. So while this is uploading to the computer, I will start the blocking, because I will have this next week. I'm determined. So determined. And then I used half of the 4th skein. So I ended up using 3 1/2. The pattern calls for the smaller size for 4 and the larger size for 5. So I will essentially have 1 1/2 skeins left. I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to make with that yet. But very, very excited. It is the Traveling Sweater by A. Karen Alfke. It is knit in the Blue Moon Fiber Arts in the Woo Boo base, and it is in the Ravenscroft colorway. So it's gray with washes of green on it, and the first 2 skeins I knit with had a lot of green. The 3rd skein only had one of the colors of green. It had like the avocado green, not so much the forest green. And I really have seen very little, if almost any, green on the 4th skein. And the 5th skein I have is even worse, because there's this big white washed out part. I don't think I talked about this last week. I think I did like the first time I talked about it, and then as the episodes got shorter, the more I tried to record, some information got left off. And so I'm like, they were ordered at the same time, because Blue Moon Fiber Arts does dye to order, so they were all ordered at the same time. You would think they would have a little more consistency, but they didn't. And then the other work in progress I have, I swear this thing's never going to get done, is my autumn shawl. It is the interlock shawl that I've been knitting on. And I don't know that you can really tell. Like, looking, I'm like, it's so pretty on camera, I think. It is 1 row, like, not 1 row, like 1 little row on a square, like 1 whole interlock row, shorter than it was when you saw this a few weeks ago. 2 weeks ago? 2 or 3 weeks ago. Because I was working on it last night while on a VKN, and I noticed a hole. Like, a hole in the middle of one of the squares, where I guess must have only caught 1 ply. I don't even know if it was a whole 1 ply. It might have been like a half of a ply. And I kept knitting, probably because I was either watching TV or on a VKN or something. So there was a hole, and if it weren't for that one little strand that had actually gotten knitted, it would have just run down, and the stitch probably would have been lost. Now the thing with interlock is you can't just drop down and pick that stitch and work it back up. And if you could, there's no way I would ever be able to do it. But I'm pretty sure, I mean, it's not possible. So I had to rip back 3 1/2 rows to get to where that hole was, and I've now worked 1 1/2 of the rows. So I should be 1 row farther than I was last week when I found it, and then I had to go back. So it's 1 row shorter. Didn't get it done by the end of the knit along. But I will keep plugging away at it. I'm really, really trying not to start anything new that isn't a gift. Because I cannot let personal knitting get in the way of holiday knitting. Because I have a ton of yarn that I can use. There's no excuse now not to get some gifts done. So, and then also there will be a new pattern out in November. It will be a new toy pattern. So that's coming along. I decided not to, I got so overwhelmed in October, and with the cowl pattern coming out, so yeah, the cowl that had to have come out in October this month. I just was like, no, we'll just wait, because then I'm not trying to squeeze out another one, because I don't put anything out in December. December is my month off of designing, and it's kind of last minute gift knitting and advent shawl knitting. So, I do have some Yarny goodness that I did not buy. It was yarn support, generously sent by 716 Knit. I love these. I have not, they're kits. So it is a full skein and a half a skein. And she wrote what it's for on the tag, and I can't let you see what that is, because it's a surprise what it is. Because she and I are working together on a project, and this won't be out till early next year. The goal is to have it out by February, but if I can get it out in January, I will. But the goal's February. Like, that's what I'm shooting for. Anyways, she sent 2 variations of it. I am in love with both. Seriously both. Okay, this one is, because this is kind of what I had in mind when I was talking with her. Not that I said that, but this is totally kind of what I was hoping for. It is In Love with President McKinley plus tan. And like I said, it's one whole skein. So the In Love with President McKinley is the brown with pops of like an aqua-y, tealy blue. It's 225 yards and then 112 yards of the tan, and it is the 716 Boss base. So, let's go like that. It's so ridiculously gorgeous, and hopefully you didn't see the tag. And I wanted you to see how it was all together so I could open it up after I showed you guys. So much fun. I'm so in love with it. Let's see. I just love the pops of color. Big time. So much fun. And then she sent a very bright, colorful one. This one is Making Eyes at My Non-Boyfriend and Ice Blue. So Making Eyes at My Non-Boyfriend is the yellow with splatters of purple and aqua and a blue and a little bit of pink. And obviously the ice blue is the aqua color. I so love how she dyes things. I love it all speckly, and it's so much fun. There we go. Look at that. I love being able to see what I'm showing you guys. Like, that's amazing to me. Oh, look at that. Big pops of purple. It's so much fun. I cannot wait to see the pattern knit up in a really bright color too. So, and she's like, I want to test knit. And I'm like, absolutely. Absolutely you can test knit. So I can't wait to see what she picks to make her sample out of. I am just in awe of it. Like I said, the browns is that it's what I had in mind. Which is funny because, like I said, I never told her that, and it totally blew me away. Okay, then the last thing I have to show you is a tool of the trade, and I had to put it back in the packaging because I had to show you how it comes. So my size 4 Knit Picks Harmony needles, the needle actually came out of the metal piece that it's like glued into, and you know, ever since Knit Picks had the whole thing with the security breach and people getting, you know, their credit cards used and fraud and all that, I haven't ordered from them. And I feel bad because, like, I love their Felici sock yarn. Love it. One of my favorites. It just wears so well and it's always so soft. But I am totally worried about ordering from them. I'm like, you know, the last thing I need is somebody getting, you know, my card number and screwing me over. It's just... And I don't know how long the warranty on their needles are. I've had those needles for a good 4 years or so, and You know, I just don't want to deal with them. That's what it comes down to. I just don't even want to deal with them. So I wanted to try Knitter's Pride because I heard essentially they're made by the same company. They're the birchwood needles. And Jimmy Bean's wool was out of the size 4s. So I was talking with a friend and she suggested Handsome Fibers. And they're on Etsy. It says here handsomefibers.com, but like I said, I found them on Etsy. Let's see. So, the cost of the needles were the same, and they had free shipping on the needles. I was going to order a cable, too, just because I wanted to try their cables and compare it to the Knit Picks ones, but they were going to charge $2.50 for the cable plus $1.69 for the shipping. And I'm like, I don't need the cable right now. And this came, like, last Thursday. So after I recorded, this came in the mail. So it came in a padded envelope. And then you take it out. And it's wrapped in really thick cardstock. And in, like, a few sheets of it. Like 4? 3 or 4? Oh, I guess one of them is my invoice. So 2 sheets of cardstock plus my invoice. Then it's in another smaller envelope, which is really cool that they didn't remove the sticky strip because I will reuse this envelope. I'll put it in with my office supplies and it won't go to waste. I'm making myself sound totally cheap, but why waste a perfectly good envelope, right? So then it's wrapped again in a sheet of cardstock, in bubble wrap, and finally, my needles. So like I said, they're Knitter's Pride Dreams, and I got size 4 because that's what I needed. So, Knitter's Pride, size 4. And the shipping was super quick. I ordered them on a Tuesday night, and they came Thursday. So, super, super fast, super easy to deal with. I would totally buy from them again. Because like I said, the price was the same as Jimmy Bean's wool. It was your standard retail price with free shipping. And the way they packaged it, I'm like, holy crap, I feel like they lost money on the deal. So, I'm going to cast on the Hitchhiker for my friend with these, and I will let you know what I think, if I think they really are as comparable to Knit Picks. Now, it's funny because the color said aqua, and they're more of a teal. Like, I was expecting like a light blue, and they're like a green. So, that's it for Tools of the Trade. I feel like this is going to be a long episode. I'm like, it's going to be the first long one in a long time. So, that's it for the knitting. Like I said, please let me know what you think about doing the spring knit along in January. We'll cast on January 1st. Like I said, I'm going to cast on either way. I almost forgot. So sorry. Real quick, with the blob knit along, Kate, who is Caterpillar on Ravelry and also has Caterpillar Designs on Etsy, is donating a set of stitch markers for this knit along. So you have a chance to win the fabulous Miss Kitty Finn Testigo from 716 Knits, or a set of monster stitch markers from Caterpillar Designs. And she's also said that if we need prizes in the future, she'd be willing to donate. So maybe I can see if she wants to donate a set of stitch markers for the spring knit along. And she's just going to send those direct, which is awesome because then it saves me money. Because she's got to spend it to ship it to me either way. So, 2 prizes up for grabs. Get your blobs in. If you're watching this today, Wednesday the 30th, you could totally crank one out by tomorrow night, I promise. You can do it. Okay, that's it for the knitting. So if you leave me now, I'll see you next week. And if you're sticking around, we're moving into a slice of life. Oh, slice of life. Man, has things been crazy. It was so funny because donations started coming in. I think the first one came in Friday morning, maybe late Thursday night. And they came in through Saturday, and I was so overwhelmed. Like, it was a very emotional day, especially as we hit the goal, and I'm getting all misty and just overwhelmed in the best way. Then my washing machine breaks. Like, seriously, I heard this big ka-thunk. Like, my husband had been in the basement moving some stuff around, and I thought like he dropped something or he got hurt or something, and I run down there to see water going all over the basement floor. Like, I just stood there in shock, and I really, like, I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Like, it was just like, one more thing. So, I had put it on Flirt. Like, I was just like, so we thought we could just get away with ordering one part and it being fixed. No. Not only did the spout that the water comes out of to go into the tumbler snap off, it broke off and was tucked in on the other side of the, or not completely the other side, the side of the washing machine. It's hard to explain. The agitator also no longer agitates. So we bit the bullet and figured, okay, we're a family of 5. We're a family of 5 that lives at least 20 to 25 minutes away from a laundromat. Running to my mom's and my mother-in-law's every day is getting old. And isn't going to work. I don't know why I'm grabbing. I was going to sit here and knit. I guess I could. Anyways, so we thought, well, you know, it's just something we're going to have to make payments on. It's an unfortunate thing. Why stress over it? It is what it is. Like, we're just trying to just deal with it, right? Like, but it was just like I said, at that point, I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Like, so I've been trying to get the stress back into check. Just, I keep telling myself, it's all going to be okay. Like, the crap totally hits the fan at certain times of your life where you just are like feeling so overwhelmed. It happens. It's part of life. You're cruising along and you hit a bump. But the thing I think that got me the most frazzled is that, like, my progress with my whole weight loss journey had hit some bumps. Like, I gained 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row. So I did have a weight loss of 2.2 this week, which is a huge relief. I mean, when you factor in a 2.2 loss after almost a pound over the last, I mean, it's not, like, mind-blowing. But it was a step in the right direction to help re-motivate me. Because I really feel like my focus had been lost. And I was really starting to get concerned for myself. Because I was starting to feel like, am I going to get back on track? Like, I can't go backwards, right? Like, I can't. I just heard something crash, which means a cat or a dog got into something. I'll deal with it later. Anyways, so I just didn't want to go backwards, right? Because that would really be bad. Like, backwards more than I already had. So I'm feeling more motivated this week. I'm feeling the stress level start to come down as I'm just like, okay, things are working themselves out. Like, it's total chaos, but it's slowly starting to work itself out, and hopefully soon we'll be on a smooth path again. So, I was totally going to show you something new that I'm trying for a snack this week, but I'll show you next week because I'm not going to get up and go get it and come back. But hopefully my Graze box will be here soon. There are some people that ask me for codes, so I am making a list of Ravelry names of people who want codes, and I will just go down the list as I get codes and ask you if you are still interested, and if so, I will give you the code, and you can sign up for your own Graze box. Now, Graze, and it's graze.com, you can get on a waiting list. Now, the thing with getting on a waiting list on their website is you only get your first box free. Now, if you can get a code from a friend, your first and your 5th box are free. And then it's kind of cool because if you get a code from a friend, it takes $1 off of one of my boxes. Now, it's not a cumulative. So if I have 4 coupon code or friend coupons, I can't give them out to you and get $4 off of one box. It'll spread it all out as $1 off of one box over 4. Get what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get back on track, trying to find new things. That's my thing. I gotta find something that works because what has been working has burnt me out. So, like I said, I'm trying to take a deep breath. Last night I took a nice long hot bath and just kind of tried to have like a Calgon type moment, although I've never used Calgon. You know, all of you have helped me get through this, especially, you know, people who are just like, I am so sorry, I am totally there with you, I know how you feel. And I guess just knowing that people can relate makes me feel better, going kind of like that whole I'm not alone feeling. So while I am so sad that other people are having crap hit the fan, you know, it is a reminder that I'm not alone and we'll all get through it eventually and it'll be okay. So, once again, one last time, thank you for all that you've done. And I'm so excited. I am here this week and every week after, unless if something comes up to prevent me from recording, which, you know, life happens. But otherwise, I will be here every week. Thanks to you. Thank you. I am Jenna, also known as RetroLemon. I am RetroLemon on Ravelry, Plurk, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, Weight Watchers, and Fitbit. And until next week, I will see you then. Bye.